Hey there, and welcome to this video about generics. So what is that all about? Well, we can see here that we have a normal class, or a class that is specifically targeted for strings. So we got public class myStringBox that has a field, a string field. Then we got a couple of getters and setters. We can add a string, we can get it back there. And this is targeted for a string. So let's say we wanted to use this for an integer or a double or some other type. Then we would need to create a new class to accomplish that. In Java and other programming languages, you have the option to make a generic class or to define a generic type in your class here. So we can see basically the same class type just with generics. So we've defined public class, and then we specify t, and then t can be basically any type that we want. And we can also specify that because we say t up here, we can have a property of some sort, some value that is also of this type. And then our getters and setters can be set value. We have a parameters that is also of the same type. Then we have a getter that also returns this type. So this is not reserved for doubles or strings or whatever type. So if we're going to use it in a demo, so we can see here we got a main method where we got the box class we made, and we can see here we're using the same class now but with different types. So the first one is an integer and the next one is string. So we reuse the same class, and then we can set the value. We can see here integer box, and when we actually call set value, it will state that it is a t parameter, and because we specified integer, it's going to expect to get an integer in here. So we can see here set value integer parameter because we specified integer up here, and same if we go to the string value, you can see here string parameter. So how does this work if we run the program? So we can see basically that we get the value 10 and hello world from our integer box and string box, but it's the same class. So that is a quick example of how to use generics. Another way could also be that you can define a method, a static method with a generic type. So instead of specifying maybe string or double or integer here, we specify the type here. That could be E, so it's not reserved for actually T. So we could put T in here, but that would force us to change all the other occurrences. So we're just going to keep with E here. And so we have E, and this also has the effect that the parameter will be of this type E. So if this is double, then it will also force the input array to be double, and also the E type here to be double. So if we take a look in, let's just see here, if we have a string array, the other way around here, where we got string array, string, where we specify that this is specifically targeted for string. This version up here is a little bit more generic because we can use it with virtually any data type. So if we take a look at a demo of that, we have integer and double and character, and we can actually use the same method now to print the different array types. So we pass an integer array, double array, and a character array. So let's see how that works out. So we can see basically it's just going to do for each, or a for loop. If we go to the output again here, it's going to print out the different elements in the arrays using the same method. So that was a very brief introduction to how we can use generic types in classes and also in method types. Alright, that was all for me now. Hope you can make this work and have fun with this. Bye bye.